Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've shown something off here, and today I'm going to show off something quite special. This is Wayfinder, a new character I've made up basing the alt mode on the combat deck from the Hybrid Style Optimus Prime. The sculpt on Wayfinder is heavily influenced on that toy. I've written a bio for him as well, which I'll read later in the video, but first off, size comparison. Here he is next to Powerlink's Hotshot, and as you can see, he's about a deluxe class scale. I think he'd make a great repair bay for deluxe carbots, and honestly I think he'd fit in the Velocitron line as well as some sort of pit stop. You can open the windshield, which reveals a bit of detail that's once again got to do with the story I've made up for him. I've been asked if he's Diaclone compatible. I think if I remove that detail in that chest, he'd be able to. So articulation in alt mode, there is a hinge beneath that windshield as well as 3 moving points that has got to do with the transformation. He's also got a pin in the lower half of the crane that allows rotation. His claw is on 2 hinges so it can be brought forwards, and the claw itself is on a 5mm port. It can swivel as well. On the other side, the radar dish thing can hinge back and forth as well. Before we transform him, I'll show off who Wayfinder is with his bio, so here it is. Optimus Prime's trailer returns to him whenever he converts back into his truck mode without fail, until one day it doesn't. Trapped in subspace, Optimus's trailer longs for the partners summoned once more. Eons pass. A mysterious surge of energy felt all throughout the universe projects the trailer out of subspace into an Earth long after humans rule, and a spark is ignited within the trailer's combat deck. Carrying all its memories of battle, alongside the fearless Autobot leader, the combat unit, now naming himself Wayfinder, only has one goal: find his way back to Optimus Prime. Now the transformation for Wayfinder is fairly simple, but it's a little difficult to capture it completely clearly on camera, but I'll try my best. So first off, unpeg the arms off the side of the cockpit. That will loosen the back of the top part. This is to make room for the leg transformation. Flip up the peg on the bottom, then fold the crane basically at all the points, at 3 points. This will bring the peg to a port on the bottom of the cockpit section. Peg it in, and now the whole leg assembly is secured. Unpeg the grey parts from the back of the thighs and hinge them downwards. Now this is straightforward now. Just fold it inwards on the hinges, there's a peg on the outmost piece, flip it out, use it to lock in the shape of the leg. Fold down the box, and then rotate the foot piece 180 degrees. Repeat this step for the other side. The heel can be flipped up at this step as well if they're folded down in alt mode. Now that the legs are done, rotate the figure to the back, flip the head curve around, shift it along the slider, and continue folding it down until you're able to peg the piece under the head. Push the crane pieces forwards a bit, and that will lock the pieces in. Rotate the arms down and fold that claw up. Finally, rotate the head downwards, and there you have Wayfinder in his basic form. Now you can leave his arms as the cones, but of course there's an option for the fists, which was what was intended. They were pegged in on the heels, where you'd be able to place the cones. Now place the goggles on, which was stored in alt mode as well, and there you have Wayfinder in my preferred look. As the claw is a separate piece, it does stick out a bit on the back. You can unpeg it and repeg it closer to the back of the shoulder. Many have asked as well which prime he's compatible with, and honestly I haven't scaled him to any primes. I really just focused on making him transformable. He's a deluxe class toy, so the only one that may scale well to him would be that huge self-transforming Optimus Prime from RoboSend. Now for size comparison, here he is with Override and Cosmos, so he's a tall deluxe. Now for articulation, his head is on a swivel and a hinge, so he can look all the way up and rotate as well. The radar arm can hinge up. Shoulders can rotate 360 degrees. The arms hinge out, elbows bend 90 degrees, swivel at the bicep, and there is also a swivel at the wrist. The chest piece can fold out as well. I'll talk about it later. Legs can kick up a lot. The knees are on a double hinge, they can kick out 90 degrees, and there is also a cut for rotation as well on the thigh. You can arm him up by rotating that claw arm forwards and by pegging one of the cones from the alt mode into the port. You can give him an Armada Megatron-esque gun. It's blast effect compatible as well. The claw can also be attached to the arm port, like how Transformers Prime characters have their weapon arms. There is also a 3mm port at the end of that claw, so it can be used as a tool as well. One of the coolest things I've done in this project is to use clear resin, and with clear resin you get light piping. I've only put a few drops of dye into the resin, but the light really comes through nicely. Now about why he's got a piece in his chest. It's a homing beacon, so it lights up whenever Optimus Prime is looking or summoning his trailer. It's always on here because Optimus Prime never stops looking for his trailer, and it's Wayfinder's way to know that there's still hope, that Optimus Prime is still alive. So final thoughts, I really like how Wayfinder came out. I am currently working on 4 new characters to form a small team, with Wayfinder being the medic. I really look forward to adding more characters to the team. It's honestly my first time creating an original character and I really enjoy it. The files will be out soon on my Cult 3D page for those interested, and please keep an eye out if you'd like for the new characters on my Twitter. I'll have something new to show off hopefully soon. So stay safe and goodbye.